we're going to start with a coconut. So most people buy these from a shop. It's already sort of touched. So has anyone opened up one of these before?
Yeah. I use a hammer.
Yes. So if you're not used to this, then you might want to just put it on a hard bench and go for it from there. Draw a little X, etc. So stuff does fly everywhere. So what I'll do from there is I'll cut into the top, making a little triangle. Just watching your fingers, and that creates a little scoop at the top. So sometimes some of the hardened outsides get into the water, so I'll use like a sieve and then pour that into there just to catch anything that falls into it. Okay, so I'll use that water there. Then I'll look for at the top there what's sort of the two easiest. So I wouldn't go on that side because it's just going to be too hard to cut through. So I'll go through there and there, and I'm just going to create two cuts through there. And then that just sort of breaks it up to do that. Okay. So sometimes in the coconut you can get in the middle there. You can see it's quite thick at the top. So sometimes you get them really thick, and they're hard to dig out. So this one's not too bad, it's in between. So you just need to grab a spoon and go for it like that. So that's actually pretty easy to pull out. Now you do get bits here from the inside. That's not too bad. All that's pretty good. Sometimes you'll scratch the inside of this right off quite. If I can try and get some hardened bits on the outside. So there, oh, that's pretty soft as well. Get a bad one. So you just need to watch that you need to wash that off. So let's say that was a hardened piece. I'll just go through the water and scratch that off with my nails if I didn't want that there. So I won't use that. So that's how we open the coconut. So we'll use some pre-made stuff. We did last night.
How long can you keep that in the fridge?
Pardon?
How long can you keep it?
This was last night, yeah.
But how long?
Oh, you can probably keep them there for a while. When you look at coconut cans and poppers, they're left there for ages. So I just sink the meat in there as well. So this one here.
I can answer that. I was something there for like 2 weeks, and by 2 weeks it started really talking.
Okay.
But a week and a half it was fine. Yeah.
So that one there you can see is really quite thick. Okay, and it does need a strong blender, but it'll blend up pretty quick. You also get some that are pretty weak if I can find some. So sometimes the meat comes out like this one here. It's really quite flimsy, which is quite full of liquid, so that's fine as well. So I'm just saying that sometimes you get some coconuts that are really hard to pull out, some that are really easy. And the difference in the water as well, sometimes you'll get coconuts that have heaps of water in there and sometimes not so. So it depends on the brand as well, I suppose. There's two brands. So I just go by eye, really. I don't measure anything. So I'll just pour the water in there. It's more by taste, really. So I'll just do a couple of quick ones that show some different flavours. So the coconut meat goes in there, in the water. Then I'll put in my extras. So I always put a banana in there. I just think bananas should belong in smoothies. Some people don't like them. And then choices of nuts. So looking at Brazil nuts or walnuts, whichever your flavour is. And I'll generally put 6 or so in there, depending on how much as well. Has anyone heard of bee pollen before? We were just talking about it 2 seconds ago. No one's heard of bee pollen before. So this little guy in here is a complete food. It's got all your essential fatty acids in it, amino acids, full of zinc, magnesium, all the stuff that we just talked about in there. So you can put it in, you can eat it straight, you can put it in your smoothies, you can put it in your cereals, your muesli, you can put it in your salads. So I'll use that probably twice a day. In terms of why, sorry, bee pollen.
Bee pollen. As in bee pollen.
Yeah. So what it's good for, the list is just endless. So Google that, have a look, bee pollen benefits and see what it comes up with. And the list goes on. So there's two types we're going to do today. So that's basically my stock standard. Then I'll decide whether or not I want to put blueberries in there, which are full of antioxidants. or the acai berries. Everyone heard of acai berries these days? So these guys are at the top of the list for antioxidants, but the acai berries are 10 times as much, huge. So I'll decide whether I want to make a bluish purple smoothie or whether I want to use a green vital. Has everyone heard of vital greens, like spirulina and stuff like that, violet grass? So generally blue and green don't go well together taste-wise. If you really need a good nutritional hit, just pour them both in. So I'll do the purple one today. As you can see, there was a lot in there.
Sorry, did you say they're blueberries or raspberries?
No, these are blueberries, totally blueberries. So you can get the acai in blocks. You can get them in powder as well, but if you look at if you get them in blocks, just break them in half, it's kind of like having ice in there as well, which reminds me I forgot to get ice. So I do put ice in there as well. So I'm just going to use, you can use some cacao or cacao nibs. This is just ground down cacao, so you can get your rawest form, and I think that's everything. I'll put Brazil nuts in there instead. You can put both in there. It's all each your own. So I have one of these. This is my girlfriend Kath's, which is one of those massive machines, which is really good. So I'll make a big one in there. So this one I find does the job. So even if it's got thick meat in there, you'll still get chunks of coconut in there. But I find something like this is better than blenders like that. The sort of mixed range don't quite get the meat. This kind of sucks up the meat into the blender, and I can play with it like that. So this one's quite runny, so there was a lot of water in there compared to it. Now, each their own if you like runny or if you like smooth, and which I had another banana in there, you could add some more nuts in there, etc. So that'll be the first one. If someone can come up and do this to me, I can't get back. Oh, you come back, you're right. Do you just want to, we'll go half a glass, that one. Well, we're going to make plenty more up as well, so that was just to get.
Can you use raspberries as well, or is it raspberries?
Yeah, raspberry, strawberries. I personally, it's each their own, so I don't personally like strawberries in it because it makes it quite airy and fluffy, and I don't like my smoothies like that. This is quite a dense, watery texture, so yeah, each their own.